Hello there, today we have LEGO Transformers G1 Bumblebee in his Volkswagen Beetle mode. You might notice it's not as deformed as it's supposed to be like in the cartoon. I did try my best to make it as small as possible, but it just didn't work out with the robot mode I was trying to go for. And as you may know, I prioritize robot mode. And so yeah, it doesn't like I was saying, it doesn't look much like a Volkswagen Beetle at all. Well, not at all. Like the front, I think it kind of like captures the unique hood of the Volkswagen Beetle, but not too well. It has the brake lights. Yeah, there's not a lot of details that tell you it's a Volkswagen Beetle. It just looks more like a generic car. And also, this entire section right here is technically considered kibble. The car, realistically, if there were like, if I didn't have to follow like obviously rules like physics and stuff, this entire back section wouldn't be here. The car would end at this wheel. But I guess you could kind of consider this a bumper, and that's obviously the head. It's obviously the head, and that's the underside. It's actually pretty hollow. But yeah, that's it for this mode. It's kind of going lopsided. Let's go to comparisons. To my surprise, all of my G1 figures are actually holding up pretty well. I haven't had to fully take apart any of them yet. It's actually very surprising to me considering how big they are. And here you might not think that this is accurate. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think it'd be wrong if you said this scale isn't accurate, but in my eyes, at least it's smaller than Optimus Prime's truck. And either way, Megatron transforms into a gun that's this big, so it doesn't bother me too much. Vehicle mode is 8 studs long, 5 1/3 studs wide, and 4 studs tall. And finally, here he is with this stuff. Also, my Lego Ironhide might actually be the same size as that core class Ironhide, so that's a neat detail. Now for transformation, which is actually it's a very quick and easy transformation. It's not too fragile. So first thing you're gonna do is split the wheels like that, and then split it down like that, and then at an angle you're going to swivel it like this. At this like a 45-degree angle. This is when you have to swivel it because of clearance issues later on, and then yeah, just move those arms down. Now right here, this is when you're going to actually move these up again, swivel this entire section around, and then just move that up like so. Just leave it like that for now. Actually, just do this right now. Swivel it out on the bar joint a little bit. Swivel it upside down, put it back down, and then push it into his back. When it does fully go in, you can see right here that, if I can get it right, the windshield will tuck underneath that stud, and it will be on top of this piece right here. So it kind of like locks in right there. It's also pretty cool since this wasn't like an intentional detail. But actually, it's probably just better if you, for articulation purposes, it's better if you just leave it at the angle that the windshield is just hitting this Travis brick. But now for this part of the body, let's just split the hood right there. Then swivel this part around, swivel it up, and then this little stud right here, it's gonna tap into that right there. So you just put it down like that. And there you go. That's his chest done. Now you can put the arms down. And then for the legs, they're kind of swiveled in, as you can see on the bar joints. So swivel them outward all the way. Since these are 1x2, they're 1x2 tile pieces, you can swivel and like shift them around so that they go on the hood like that, and that kind of represents the front of the car instead of actually folding it up, since it's too large like that, and it just doesn't look good in my opinion, and it kind of puts the proportions out of scale. Now with the wheels, you can put them back there, but I think, yeah, that is it for the transformation. This is G1 Bumblebee in his robot mode, and I think he looks very good. This isn't a good angle since you can't really see him, his face, but like, yeah, that's a better angle, but I can't get my camera to be like that. Or I can just do that, it looks a little bit better. But yeah, his robot mode is pretty clean. I wouldn't consider this back piece kibble, since it kind of gives him more dimension, since and also since like he's already really fat in the front. It makes sense if he's kind of fat in the back too, but not too much. And this also isn't accurate to his G1 design, the back, so, and it still looks cool to me. And so yeah, I just leave it like that, and it hides the windshield, the back windshield, and it's articulation. Yeah, his head swivels all the way around. Then his arm swivels all the way around. And then, like I said, with the transformation at a certain angle, you have the bicep swivel all the way around, and then a 90-degree elbow forward and backward. He also has this joint, like a shoulder joint for transformation. His legs can kick out pretty far, farther than he can kick forward, although that is still a decent range considering how much fat is in front of him. And then let's see what else. It doesn't have a waist swivel, considering how this piece is right here and it has to connect to his chest. And this is the part I was talking about with the windshield. It fills on top of there, the corners of this yellow clip piece would run into it. And yeah, one of the pieces will fall off just like that. And he kicks backwards since there's nothing in the way, 90 degrees. Yeah, and he technically has like a, I don't know, you can consider that either a knee or like a foot pivot. But yeah, that's all of his articulation. I think it's a pretty good range for how small he is. On the first version, the feet were like this, so he kind of technically did have more range, but still I didn't like how it looked, so I changed it. And there were pieces in the way, so his arms couldn't swivel all the way around. All they could do, they couldn't do this. So in order to like point forward or whatever you want to do, you can only do that in the first version. But that's why there's gaps in the vehicle mode. So as you can see, there's clearance so that these not cheese slopes, the corners can run around freely. And he wasn't able to kick his legs forward or backward at all in the first version either. So I'm very glad I made these choices, and it actually doesn't compromise the vehicle mode too much. But with all that out of the way, actually, let me just do this, because I still have the Megatron gun. It doesn't have an accessory. I'm not saying this is his accessory, but here is with the gun. With this scale and how much larger my Lego Ironhide / Ratchet could be, my Lego Ironhide / Ratchet could also be like a little bit higher than this as well. A little bit taller, I mean. He's technically 8 studs tall, but if you want to count the little horns on his head, 9 studs tall, maybe like 8.5. And finally, here he is with my other G1 builds. And I'll see you guys next time, possibly with Starscream.